De nos jours, il y a beaucoup de préjugés au sujet de la femme en islam. La femme musulmane, est-elle soumise? A-t-elle une égalité avec l'homme? A-t-elle des droits? Pourquoi le voile? Que dit l'islam sur la polygamie? Pour éclaircir tout ça, nous allons voir comment était traitée la femme avant l'islam. Ensuite, nous verrons qu'est-ce que l'islam a apporté à la femme. Dans les écritures saintes hindoues, la description d'une bonne épouse est comme suit. Une femme dont l'esprit, la parole et le corps sont maintenus en dépendance atteint une haute renommée dans ce monde et dans le prochain, le même séjour avec son mari. Dans l'encyclopédie Britannica, nous trouvons qu'en Inde, les femmes n'avaient pas le droit à l'héritage. Dans la loi romaine, une femme était même dans les temps historiques complètement dépendante. Quand mariée, elle et sa propriété passent dans le pouvoir de son mari. L'épouse était la propriété acquise de son mari, et comme une esclave obtenue seulement pour son profit, une femme ne pouvait exercer aucune fonction civile au public.
Nous nous payons des femmes. Nous les nourrissons, nous les habillons, nous les utilisons, nous les congédions. Les femmes, nos égales.
Quand Dieu a créé l'homme, il a conçu un mâle et une femelle. Ah, moi, je te demande de respecter en toute femme le ventre qui t'a porté.
Au milieu de l'obscurité qui a englouti le monde, la révélation divine s'est faite écho dans le vaste désert d'Arabie, avec un message nouveau, noble et universel pour l'humanité, la soumission au seul et unique Dieu. Ne demandez pas aux médias comment les femmes musulmanes se sentent, mais ça serait plus juste de demander aux femmes musulmanes.
I have frequently referred to this book as what should have been the guidebook for women's liberation movement in this country. Because in this book, it has listed every right that we have struggled and fought tooth and nail for in this country and in others, plus some that we haven't accomplished yet and others that we haven't dreamed of. One thing that was given by God that we are fighting for right now in this country is equal pay. Hey, it's in there. Right there. It's in there, and it's for God. God-given rights, not man's. God-given rights. The right to vote, the right to own property. And yes, we have a soul, and yes, we go to heaven. We have every right that a man has. We may be different, but that doesn't make us not equal. Our difference makes us unique and special. But we are still totally and completely equal.
In Islam, we believe in a loving God who would never deny the rights of half of the society, the women. So Islam gave women the rights to vote over 1,450 years ago, the right to vote. Does anyone know in this audience when we got the right to vote in this country, this advanced, very free country? When did women start voting here? Anybody know? Maybe you know. Early 1900s, in my mother's lifetime. Can you believe that this advanced society that we say is the freedom of the world lies, we're like the belt of freedom is held by America? No. Women couldn't even vote until my grandmother was of voting age. Also inheritance. In this country, women could not inherit property in the southeastern United States, places like Georgia and Alabama and Mississippi, until my generation. In the 1950s and 60s, these laws were finally being rewritten. And I know that you who weren't raised here don't have an appreciation for just how bad the status of women was in this country, even up till today. You all have such a wonderful thing that you're raised Muslim or that you carry Islam. You have rights that women in this country never dreamed of until perhaps this generation. And you've had them for 1,400 and some years. It's amazing to me. So when you educate others about Islam, they're very surprised. Oh, maybe this isn't the male chauvinist pig religion that I thought it was.
Ont une chance énorme de pouvoir le porter et c'est pas une régression, c'est pas une soumission, bien au contraire, on le fait parce que on en a envie, on le fait avant tout pour Allah Azza wa Jal, on le fait pas pour son mari, on le fait pour nous-mêmes.
Well, the number one reason of why I wear hijab is to only be submitting to God and to follow God's laws and rules. And, you know, of course, in the Quran, it talks about how a woman should dress modestly and to obey those rules and the foundations of that God has allowed for us and has established for us to live on our day-to-day society.
I wear my hijab because I think it's a form of respect and people look at you as a person, not as a woman.
Generally, a common misconception about my hijab is that I'm oppressed and that I have to ask a man permission anytime I want to do something, and we usually crack jokes about that because we all know that it's not true.
You know, my father never forced it on me. It was a choice, and I really like it.
Ideas of when people come up to you and they say, you know, why do you wear it? Are you bald? Do you go to sleep with it? And as you get older, there's more other misconceptions. I mean, especially with today's society and the way it is. People constantly come up to me and they say, does your husband make you wear it? Does your dad make you wear it? Do the men in the family make you wear it? And of course, in a way, it's always talking about oppression and, you know, that allowing for you know, they think that the men force women to wear that kind of hijab, but in reality, it's not at all that way. And unfortunately, you know, they're not. Our society isn't educated enough, and we have to educate them and to allow for them to, you know, by our actions and by our faith and by our belief, to, you know, erase all these misconceptions.
One of the biggest misconceptions I think people have about the hijab is they always refer to it as something traditional rather than something religious. So they'll be like, you stereotype you're from the Middle East, you wear hijab, and I would explain to them that no, it's about Islam, it's not about where I'm from.
The number one thing that I get from clients, for example, is that men clients love the fact that I wear the hijab because they can focus on work rather than the fact that a woman is in front of them. You know, I'm not a distraction for them. Instead, they're more engaged in business, they're more engaged into how educated I am, they're more engaged into my soul and making sure that, you know, work and progress gets done rather than, you know, a distraction, I almost want to say. So it's always been, I've always had the upper hand because I've worn a hijab.
Avant d'entamer le sujet de la polygamie, vous devez savoir qu'avant l'islam, le nombre de femmes qu'un homme pouvait marier était illimité. L'islam est venu limiter ça avec des conditions.
Islam says, marry women of your choice by twos and threes and fours. But if you cannot do justice between them, marry only one. The only real religious book on earth which has the statement, marry only one, is the Quran. There is no other book, religious book on earth which has such a statement. The Quran says, marry only one. This is a solution to your problem. This polygamy is a solution to your problem. You see, sir, you have a problem. You have in your country 7.8 million more women than men. If every man in America got married, there will be still 7.8 million women who will not be able to get husbands. And we know every man will never marry. Man gets cold feet for so many reasons. You know that? I meet a young man. How old are you? He says, 35. Are you married? He says, no. I say, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Do you need a doctor? Shall I take you to the doctor to find out? You know? What's wrong with you? Come on. He says, there is a friend of ours. You know, he's got a daughter, good looking, well educated, good family. Come. So right. Right. I take him along, and when he comes to the crunch, he finds some excuse to back out. He knows the reason. He won't tell me. But maybe at the back of his mind, he won't make the grade man. You know, he has done so many abuses, he's finished. That guy, so he finds excuse for not doing that. Man gets cold feet for so many reasons. But women, you know, somebody to give them protection. They don't mind a husband. They don't mind a husband. Even if they're frigid, they're cold, they don't mind somebody to give them protection. I'm telling you, this is the psychology of women. But we know every man will not get it. Even if every man got married, there will be 7.8 million women without husbands in America. And of the manpower they have there are 25 million sodomites. You call them gays. Another 25 million women can't get population. 98% are males. Your prison population, 98% are males. I said your problem is getting compounded. Islam offers you a solution. You laugh at us. I said the laugh is on you. The laugh is on you.
La pudeur est le bouclier de la femme. Cette société voile le cœur et dévoile le corps. L'islam voile le corps mais dévoile le cœur. Toutes les choses précieuses sont cachées. Les diamants, les bijoux. Eh bien sachez que nos mères, nos sœurs et nos filles sont bien plus importantes que toutes ces perles précieuses. L'islam est là pour protéger la femme. Surtout dans cette jungle, cette société où on vit, où la femme est perçue comme un objet. Elle est industrialisée. Il est de notre devoir de clarifier les préjugés sur l'islam et montrer le vrai visage de cette belle religion. Merci d'avoir regardé et visitez le www.facebook.com Open Your Heart.